Without wasting your time, we are going to share top 5 best sunrise alarm clock. The product links are in the description and in first comment. The number 5 on the list is Lofty Alarm Clock. Lofty Alarm Clock. Quite pleased with this purchase. I often utilize my phone to fall asleep to yoga, nidra or sound bath podcasts, but have been looking for a way to avoid screen time before bed. Very glad Lofty came across my Instagram stories. The clock contains audio content, guided meditations, sound baths, nature sounds, even bedtime stories that put me straight to sleep. The alarm sound options are all pretty soothing as far as alarms go and help cultivate a more peaceful morning. The preloaded alarm sounds on my phone are also unfortunate, and I'm glad the days of waking up to them are over. I get chills just thinking of Apple's slow rise. I did keep the phone alarm on for the first few nights just in case I slept through the alarm. I'm a deep sleeper, but it woke me up no problem, and now I can't finally start leaving my phone alarm off in the kitchen or living room overnight. Haven't yet purchased the lamp, but think it may be my next investment. Haven't tested all of the functionality, but I'm pretty sure the clock has a battery so can be unplugged, and it can also be used as a Bluetooth speaker. Excited to have this clock for many years to come. Lofty's clock is elegantly designed and looks great on our shelf. Both of us can use our apps to easily set or modify alarms, and the range of options available for both the initial gentle wake up and the actual alarm are great. I definitely wake up better now without using my phone, and with the dual alarm, which is a real improvement over a conventional alarm clock as well. Love ability to easily black out and light up. We haven't had much of a chance yet to dig into all the impressive options within the playlists, but we're excited to explore all in all. A better sleep and a better wake up, especially as I'm trying to use my phone less. Overall, very satisfied. I was looking for an alarm clock that wasn't my phone because I've become too accustomed to squeezing this news buttons or I land up just scrolling through one of my social media outlets in bed for too long. I was hoping that having a dedicated alarm clock would help me actually wake up in the morning and get me out of bed. Super happy with the alarm clock noises and how you're able to pair the initial wake up noise with a secondary get out of bed noise. I was pleasantly surprised with the variety of sleeping noises I live in, so they really help transport me to the mountains, lake, river. My only piece of feedback is to have a programmable timer on the noises and the night light. The number 4 on the list is Philips Wake Up Light. Philips Wake Up Light. This is a simple alarm clock that has the sunrise alarm feature. My first night using it was great. If you are a light sleeper, the light will most likely wake you up. It starts off dim and gets progressively brighter for 30 minutes, then the sound alarm goes off. I woke up feeling refreshed, and it's nice waking up with a light on. The only downside is that there is only one alarm noise. The alarm noise is pretty good though. It starts soft and gets progressively louder. This is a good option for anyone who wants to try a sunrise alarm. One person found this helpful. I love this alarm clock. My bedroom has no windows, which is dangerous when you need to wake up. The light level and volume are both adjustable as well as options. Alarm is confusing at first, but the manual explains well, and I'm able to fix it easily when the power goes out. The only thing I wish it had would be different options for the alarm sound, but it gets me out of bed and I'm no longer risking my career for 5 more minutes of sleep. This alarm clock is the best. It's simple yet elegant. The light starts about minutes prior to the alarm wake up time that you set. Most often I will wake up then, but if not, the alarm sound will go off at the scheduled time. To me, the alarm sound isn't so bad. It does get progressively louder, but by that time I'm mostly aware that I need to be awake. This is a serious life improvement. Would recommend. The number 3 on the list is HomeLab Sunrise Alarm Clock. HomeLab Sunrise Alarm Clock. With our Sunrise alarm clock you can wake up peacefully and naturally instead of being shocked by a loud sound. All you need to do is set the alarm. Simply press and hold the alarm button on the face of the clock to set the alarm time. From there, use the and buttons to set the time, then press the alarm button again to confirm. You can also press the alarm tone button to set your preferred alarm sound. There are options and radio, and you're set to wake up in a more peaceful manner. I've been wanting a sunrise alarm clock but didn't want to spend a ton of money on one, as some of the clocks I've seen can get pretty pricey. This one fit the bill on paper but didn't really check off every box for me. Once I started using it, the sunrise light is a warm color, which is a low bar, but I'm basically happy with the color. You are able to turn off the light from the digital clock display at night. It also has a slightly dimmer setting if you want to still be able to see it versus the brightest setting. The instructions are pretty easy to follow, and setting up the clock isn't super hard to do. I do wish the light was brighter for the sunrise feature. I have to basically situate it on the edge of my nightstand and point it directly at my pillow in order for the light to really affect my wake up time. The clock has a sunset feature for when you're going to bed, but you can change the color of that light and it's not as warm as the sunrise light. The wake up sounds are god awful. I literally hate them. I haven't figured out if there's a way to just turn them off completely or if I'm forced to use one with the alarm feature, so I just. The number 2 on the list is Wake Up Light Sunrise Alarm Clock. Wake Up Light Sunrise Alarm Clock. I have wanted a sunrise sunset simulation alarm for years but could never justify it while I was a college student. Now that I have been out of school for a few years and settled into my career, I finally took the plunge, and I am so happy that I did. This is one of the most valuable purchases I have made in my adult life. Getting up in the morning has never really been difficult for me. I am an early bird for sure. I haven't slept in past 10 probably years. In the summer I usually bound out of bed as the sun rises. In the winter not so much. It is dark and cold, and even the most gentle alarm from my phone would jar me awake. I have had this alarm for about weeks now, and it is the dead of winter, and I have woken up feeling refreshed every morning, which translates to more energy and focus throughout my day. I really like the design. It is simple and minimal, something I am slowly transitioning more of my life towards. It was also really easy to set up those reviews, saying it was too hard and giving it a bad review. Obviously didn't read the instructions. I skimmed through the manual and had it figured out in about minutes. The front display has adjustable brightness, which is a huge plus. There are settings, bright, middle and off. I keep mine in the middle. I appreciate that the display is an orange color, not blue or white. Less pain to the eyes if you have to check it in the middle of the night. The number 1 on the list is Philips Smart Sleep Wake Up Light. Philips Smart Sleep Wake Up Light. Got this because I live in Alaska and during the winter we get reduced daylight. I'd find myself waking up later and later as the sun came up later and later. Got this to simulate light filtering through the window and waking me up. To that end, I think that it has worked splendidly. You get 2 alarm settings that are very easy to locate, so one for the week and one for the weekend. It's got some nature sounding alarm tones and an radio function. I use the bird chirps because they sound the most natural and have woken me up before. On days where I didn't set an alarm, I was worried they wouldn't wake me up at first because of how soft they sound, and I didn't have the volume turned up all that high. However, in conjunction with the light function, it has made for a very natural and gradual wake-up process as opposed to being jarred awake by a traditional alarm tone. The light itself can be set very bright. Another review complained it was being overpowered by light from outside their window. I will say that if it is somehow being overpowered by the light filtering in from outside, then you probably don't need a simulated sunrise or by curtains. Some other review on here which gave me pause before buying was by a person who had drawn these demented looking lines all over their alarm clock with color markers. Apparently they just couldn't navigate the very simple interface, which, while unfortunate, is definitely a personal failing on their part. Do you want to select an alarm, turn off an alarm? It is literally the only button on the side. Want to hit snooze? You just hold your hand over the top, no fumbling for any button necessary. Want to actually change a brightness, noise, time setting, touch screen buttons on the front of the clock. In short, it's simple to use and it's effective. I've had zero issues with the stability of the device, as some other reviewers alluded to.